The Dorito Effect, The Surprising New Truth About Food and Flavor by Mark Schatzker. Interesting book. This connects obesity with flavor. And it talks about why our foods are less flavorful than they used to be, and why we humans are programmed for flavor. It begins prior to the 1960s, when less than half of the U.S. population was overweight. Today, over 2/3 are obese, and this is costly for the individual as well as the country, because it increases the risk for asthma, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, high blood pressure, reduced fertilization, and premature births. Obese people earn less, especially women, and this leads to lower self-esteem and depression. Obesity is the second leading cause of preventable death. And Schatzker says this is not due to evolution and genetics. From the 1960s is too short of a time. This is due to an environmental factor. He thinks that part of the problem is that industry is not breeding for flavor. Prior to World War II, people didn't eat as many chickens as they do now. But when we had chickens, we raised them outside in the pasture. They ate bugs. They were out in the sunshine. They were smaller and lived longer and had a chance to develop more flavor. Chickens were very flavorful. All they had to do was add a little salt. Today, chickens are bland. After World War II, we were fascinated with chemicals. We were fascinated with growing things bigger, but it wasn't always better. Chickens are now raised in half the amount of time. They are twice as big as what they were in the past, and they have less flavor. Companies are not breeding for flavor, and we talked about that in tomato land as well. The same thing goes with crops. They want cows to produce more gallons of milk. Well, and it also means that we have less nutrition because of the dilution effect. The amount of milk a cow produces has so much nutrition. The more it produces, it has the same amount of nutrition. So when you get your portion size, it actually has less. This is not good. Schatzker started thinking about flavor and talking with other people. And he went to a ranch where goats were lacking a certain type of nutrient. And they were gravitating toward eating a certain type of weed that had that nutrient. Once their body was satisfied with that nutrient, then they would move on to another type of plant. Humans do the same thing if we're lacking nutrients. Our brains associate certain flavors with certain nutrients. The next problem is that industry knows this and has been using it to their advantage to make more money. Schatzker tells about the bland corn chip. It wasn't selling well, so the company said, add more flavor. Humans love strong flavor. So they did, but they didn't add the nutrition with it. So we end up eating the Dorito. We think, wow, this tastes really good. But our brain is saying we're not getting the nutrient associated with the flavor. Let's eat more. We go to the store, we buy more Doritos, and the company makes money. We go home, we eat the Doritos, and our waistline gets bigger. And our bodies are still saying, we're not getting that nutrient. Schatzker says it doesn't have to be this way. Industry can breed for flavor and nutrition. But until they do, what are we supposed to do? To bring our bodies back into balance, Schatzker says that we need to be focusing on eating more whole foods that have all of those micronutrients and phytochemicals, not just a flavor that's been taken out and leaving all the nutrition behind. He also says that sales for herbs and spices are up because we want the flavor associated with the nutrients. Arugula and kale sales are up because people are craving those nutrients with that strong flavor. So eat more whole foods to help bring your body back into balance and hopefully put pressure on the industry to start breeding for more flavor and nutrition. Great book, The Dorito Effect by Mark Schatzker. Thanks for watching. Keep reading and have a great week.